Happy Tuesday! My name's Nick.
And my name is Alan.
Welcome into the dungeon. Running along the Sea of Swords from the north of Arn to the Sea of Moving Ice, the Sword Coast is a narrow band of territory dominated by the city-states of the area that use the sea for trade. This land is filled with rich history and wondrous tales of adventure and magic, but the lifeblood of its common people is agriculture and trade. A great deal of adventure is to be had for those willing to seek it out. Every route, forest, swamp and mountain range has its own perils. Whether lurking bandits, savage orcs or goblinoids, or mighty creatures such as giants and dragons, ruins dot the landscape and caverns wind deep beneath the surface. In these places, treasures of every living race and a number of dead ones await for adventurers intrepid enough to come and claim them. Our story begins on a crisp winter's day on the 4th of the Claw of Winter. The late afternoon sun is glowing gently to the west as it begins its slow decline into the waters of the Sea of Swords. A simple horse-drawn cart pulled by 2 horses makes its way down towards Fandolin. At the reins is a large and rural-looking man with short brown hair, clean-shaven and little heavy-set. To his side, stirring from sleep, is a small and unassuming halfling. Alan, could you please introduce your character?
Yep. My halfling character is a halfling. He's small and unassuming. He's around 31 years of age. And he weighs around 45 pounds and is 3 feet short. He has a naturally red and curly hair for a halfling, because halflings tend to have more brownish wavy hair, and sports an equally unusual mustache of the same colour, so a red mustache. Sort of those mustaches that are, so if you imagine a D on its side with a sort of tummy pointing up, you know what I mean? That kind of mustache.
The Ned Flanders.
Yeah, exactly. His skin tone is tanned and has hazel, almost green eyes. Also a brief description of what he's wearing. He has an olive green cape that is tattered at the tips, so it's a worn cape, an old cape. He tends to use it as a cover for warmth when he's cold, when it's chilly. And it's fastened at the front with sort of a necktie, sort of a, not a necktie, but sort of a fastener that holds the cape together, and the tie is made of a dark wood.
Intriguing.
Yeah. Under the cape he wears like a scruffy brown waistcoat, and under that an old white, almost yellowed with age, plain long-sleeved shirt. His trousers are rolled up to his shins, and he prefers to wear no shoes, even in the harsher climates. He has a satchel sort of slung to one side when he's carrying it, and a shield on his back, strapped to his back. He also carries a quarterstaff with him, which he often uses it, or most all of the time uses it as a walking stick. So that is my character.
And sorry, did you say what class you were playing?
No, the class is a druid, and his name is Shrew.
Perfect, thank you. Shrew. We're about half hour away from Fandolin now. You'd asked me to tell you a bit about Fandolin, and you promised me that you'd tell me a little bit about yourself before we part ways. Well, the town of Fandolin is built on the ruins of a much older settlement. Hundreds of years ago, old Fandolin was a thriving human town, whose people were firmly allied with the neighbouring dwarves and gnomes, till an orc horde swept through the area, laying waste to the settlement. Fandolin had been abandoned for centuries. It's only been about 3, maybe 4 years, that the settlers from the cities of Neverwinter and Waterdeep have begun the hard work of reclaiming the ruins. Fandolin's now home to farmers like me, woodcutters, fur traders, prospectors drawn by stories of gold and platinum in them footholds of the Sword Mountains. You know, Fandolin's residents are quite quiet, hard-working folk who came here from distant cities just to eke out a life amid the harsh wilderness. But visitors like you are welcome here, particularly if they've got coin or news to share. You'll find the Stonehill Inn at the centre of town.
Sorry? Could you... The stone what?
The Stonehill Inn at the centre of town. They offer modest lodgings and meals. And a couple of doors down from the inn you usually find a job board for the adventuring sort. You know, those in search of a little coin.
Oh, yes.
I'm sure there's plenty of work around now that Dragon's making a nuisance of himself up those Sword Mountains.
A dragon?
Dragon. Won't be long before you see him.
Okay.
So what brings a little fella like yourself down to these dangerous parts?
Well, I'm not too sure myself after hearing news about the dragon. But I don't know what I'm getting myself into, obviously. But, well, I heard there was a displacement of creatures from the mountain into, well, I heard and I saw, because they were being displaced into where I'm from. Perhaps I should start from there. I come from the Mere of Deadmen. And perhaps I should start even further back, if you want to know. Are you inclined to know my...
We've got half an hour.
Yeah, I suppose.
Could kill some time.
I suppose we could. Well, I was abandoned when I was a baby. Is that too far? Or... I do not want to bore you, sir.
No, golden stories, the news, they're all good round these parts.
Good. So, okay. So, I was abandoned in Neverwinter when I was just a wee baby. In the Hall of Justice, I was brought up by priests of Tyr. They are very stern and, I wouldn't say welcoming. Well, at least that's my experience from them. Anyway, when I grew up, I got fed up of them. Are you falling asleep?
It's been a long day at the Rains.
Oh, okay. I won't take offense. Well, yeah, when I grew up, I kind of decided that life of a priest was not for me. So I decided to run away. And obviously the priests didn't care much for me, as they never followed me. But anyway, I sort of lived around the streets of Neverwinter for a while, trying to make a way for myself and trying to avoid the dangers of the streets. And after a few years, I signed up as a labourer to help with the rebuilding of Lylon. As you can see, I'm not much of a labourer. Victor, was your name? Sorry?
Vincent,
sorry. I tend to forget names. I'm very sorry about that. But yes, as you can see, I am not much of a labourer. But, as you say, I needed coin is welcome always, and I needed coin at that point, so I decided to go there and help rebuild the town. But anyway, I see it's been a long day, and I don't wish to bore you any longer. But there I started having some peculiar visions, and maybe I shouldn't talk about this. I don't know if I'm putting myself in danger here, but I had some visions and. Basically, I ended up in the Mere of Deadmen, and there I found my true calling, which was to protect nature and the wild from aberrations and, kind of unnatural beings, like, you know about unnatural beings, don't you?
Are you talking about ghosts?
Yeah, ghosts and undead things and all kind of not natural things.
So is that what brings you here then, the dragon?
Well, I wasn't counting on a dragon, to be honest. I didn't know I didn't know I was going to be encountering a dragon, but something is displacing monsters that are not known to be from the parts I come from and from the wilds and forests around. And me as a druid, I am tasked to protect the wilds and protect things that are not natural to them. So yes, in a nutshell, that is why I'm coming to Fandolin, and perhaps there I can find some gold and some answers and some help to get rid of this menace.
Well, that sure be the dragon.
What?
There's been all sorts of monsters and all sorts of things coming down from the mountains. It's not safe.
No, I gather.
Vincent continues to drive the cart down towards Fandolin. Roll me a perception check.
I will. The first roll. Let it be good. It's not too good. It's a 6. Yeah, 6 and 8, 9.
9. As Vincent
my passive perception is 13. I don't know if that
13?
makes a difference.
Okay, we'll use your passive perception.
Good.
So you've been giving your story to Vincent. You notice that one of the horses looks a little uneasy as he's driving them.
Hey.
You can sort of see him shaking his mane. Can you sort of see him a little uneasy? Yeah. Poor Betsy.
Betsy. Do I reach the horse?
You can sort of reach the rump.
I try to stroke the rump and calm Betsy down. There, Betsy.
Okay,
There's nothing to worry about.
Give me an animal handling.
Okay. Natural 1.
So as you reach over to sort of...
Do you want me to add anything to that, or you're not even gonna bother asking me what my...
Yeah, what?
I failed. No, basically, it's not like it's gonna make a difference. But animal handling, actually, I have +5 on that. 6.
So 6. But yeah, for story purposes, we'll go there. Fail. So as you sort of reach over to stroke and calm Betsy, the cart hits this little pebble on the track.
Damn pebble.
You sort of not quite as gently as you thought. You sort of give her quite a tap on the rump, and she starts to speed up a little bit.
Oh damn! I'm sorry, Victor. That wasn't my
Vincent, please.
Sorry. I told you I tend to get names mixed up, but yes, that wasn't my intention. I was trying to calm her down. I didn't mean to startle her.
She jumps with anything, this horse.
Well, why do you think she's nervous?
Well, there'd be dragons.
Okay, but not here.
I wouldn't be too sure about that. And you sort of see him.
What?
Yeah.
Vincent, please.
You keep.
I'm not prepared for this.
So in the horizon, just sort of coming up, you can see nestled into the rocky foothills of the snow-capped Sword Mountains is the mining town of Phandelin. And from what you can see and from what Vincent's told you, you know that it consists of around 40 or so simple log buildings. It's surrounded by crumbling stone ruins which surround the new houses and shops, showing how this must have once been part of a much larger town in centuries past. So as you're sort of driving towards Fandolin and it's now within sight, again you sort of see the two horses getting more and more on edge. And you sort of start to see like a cloud coming above you.
Sugar. So it's an unnatural shaped cloud? Is it the shape of a dragon?
So the horses really start to get on edge. And they start bolting.
What?
And Vincent's like, "Or Betsy! Or
Betsy! Betsy! Get us out of here!"
And as you sort of look up, you see a widespread wingspan of a ferocious beast high above you.
Just to make a point here so that the listeners... I'm level 1, by the way. I shouldn't be fighting a dragon, so I don't know what's going on. But okay.
So Vincent's trying to hold on to the reins and is driving off this cart down the trail towards Phandelin. You can see him looking more and more panicked as he's doing this.
Shit.
And the dragon sort of starts swooping down slowly, but almost circling.
Taunting.
Not perhaps taunting, but maybe more like,
surveying.
Encircling its potential next meal.
Rap. I'm but a small halfling. Please spare me. I wouldn't make... I wouldn't even be breakfast for you.
So Vincent's really now driving the horses hard, and the wheel sort of clonks on a stone. And...
Vincent!
you suddenly see Vincent slumped. Reins have been let loose. And the horses are...
Can I grab the reins?
Yeah, you can grab the reins.
Vincent, snap out of it! And I slap Vincent. Is he knocked out? He just hit a bump. Why is he knocked out?
His head.
Oh, he bumped it.
With your passive perception, you can sort of see a little bit of blood trickling from behind his ears.
Can I like slap? No, can I slap him to wake him up?
You can slap him.
Whilst I hold the reins.
So give me an animal handling again, just whilst you're holding onto the reins.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Natural 1. Nice.
So it's 2 natural ones already in the first 3 rolls of the game.
Yeah, I'm gonna get rid of that dice.
So you're sort of holding onto the reins and the horses are pulling left and right.
Okay.
You're really struggling to keep hold of it. You're sort of bouncing
Betsy,
and jolting all over the place.
Betsy!
I'm going to need you to give me either an acrobatics or an athletics check.
Oh damn. And not my strong point. Alright. Poor rolls all night. 6, 8.
So as you're holding onto the reins with one hand and trying to slap sort of Vincent's back into
forget Vincent. I'm holding with both hands.
You're holding with both hands. So suddenly, the cart's going all over the place. It's going off the edge of the trail, back on again. You're being swayed left and right. And you can sort of see the dragon swooping down as it encircles the
Do I get a glimpse of the colour of the dragon?
Yeah, it's white. So as you're sort of trying to hold on and you're being swayed, you're sort of now half hanging over the side of the cart, and the cart's bolting towards the edge of the road as the dragon's swooping down.
This is where I die. I haven't even started the adventure.
Now the dragon is getting lower and lower, and you can almost feel the wingspan, and you can sort of see that he's focused more on the horses than he is on you.
No, Betsy, no, Betsy. I haven't known you long, but we have a connection, Betsy.
So give me a dexterity saving throw for the horse.
For the horse?
Yeah, just roll a d20 and...
Please be good. Oh my. What's the horse's dexterity?
just over the roll, it's
6.
6. So as the dragon is swooping down.
Oh god, Betsy.
And Betsy's sort of panicking. You can sort of see like the hairs on the back of her neck and the mane sort of standing on end.
What?
And you just see these claws.
No! Betsy!
Sink into the back of Betsy. And you see this dragon start flapping its wings, and you can really feel the cold coming off it now, and the beat of the wings right above you. And it starts to pull up, and you're holding on. The cart's starting to lift up.
Shit!
And as you look to your left and right, and
what's the other horse's name? I didn't get it.
The other horse's name is Buttercup.
Buttercup. Damn.
So poor Buttercup is sort of trying to gallop in panic, but as this dragon is lifting Betsy up, you can sort of see that he's running on his hind legs now with his front one sort of trying to run.
Shit.
What was your passive perception again?
Wait, because crazy thoughts are passing through my mind right now. Crazy thoughts are passing through my mind. Hold on, I'll tell you in a minute. How far is the dragon from the floor?
It's
pretty high.
Pretty close to you now, because it's about as high as the cart is now. So if you imagine the cart is sort of tilting back with the dragon trying to lift up, it's only going to be a matter of time before perhaps it either rips the horse from the actual cart, or it's going to start lifting the cart up.
Damn it. Okay, sorry, you wanted to know my passive perception?
Yeah.
13.
13, yeah. So as you're sort of panicking, looking around, you can see that Vincent's got a hunting knife on...
Vincent's got a hunting knife.
On his side.
I know what to do with a hunting knife, and it's not stab the dragon. Because that's not going to do shit. Oh, come on. You're putting me on a spot here. I don't want Betsy.
Buttercup now, her hooves are sort of like she's running on air at the moment.
Oh god. I grab the knife. Betsy! Buttercup! And well, I say goodbye. I cut. Can I see like a rope attached to the...
Yeah, you can see where she's attached.
So I cut the rope from the cart.
As you do that, the cart sort of bolts back down again.
I couldn't do more to save you.
And you see this dragon circling off into the sky.
You should have taken Vincent, damn you.
See Vincent sort of slowly coming back to his senses.
They were good horses, Vincent.
Where's Betsy?
Look up, Vincent. What have you been sleeping? There's a dragon snacking on your steeds.
You sort of see him dazed and confused with a little bit of blood sort of trickling from behind his neck. Oh, the damn dragon! Fuck! Betsy was a good horse.
Yeah.
Give me the reins. What's left of the tattered reins as you've sort of...
So we still have Buttercup.
You still have Buttercup.
Right. I thought he took both.
No. You've managed to save Buttercup and both yourselves as the dragon goes off into the horizon towards the mountains.
Damn it. Betsy. How can you do this to me? In the opening 10 minutes. I'm supposed to be protecting the wild, not letting them die.
And in a way you have. There could have been 2 dead horses and 2 dead humanoids.
True.
And dragons got to eat.
Yeah.
So you sort of see this dragon fly off towards the Sword Mountains, towards Icespire Peak. And a very shaken Vincent and a very shaken Buttercup sort of continue to trudge their way towards Fandolin.
Vincent, is that the dragon that's causing all these problems?
That'll be the dragon. First time I've seen him this close, though.
I'm as big as its nail. How am I supposed to do? Forget it.
I think we've earned ourselves a good night's rest.
I don't think I can sleep after this.
My wife's not going to be happy.
Your wife? You have a wife?
And Vincent and Shrew sort of make their way into Phandelin. So you sort of drive in, and as I said before, no, you've got the crumbling stone ruins around what are newer houses, similar to perhaps what you've experienced in Lylon, in the rebuilding of the town. And as far as you can see, the town's got no walls. You note that there's no sort of garrison. But you see that most adults tend to have their weapons on them.
Most what?
Adults.
I heard apples.
Apples.
What kind of town am I in?
Crazy one.
Crazy town.
So Vincent sort of drives you up and leaves you in the sort of the town centre.
Oh yes, quite a quaint little town here you've got, Vincent. Fandolin. I love it already. Nothing wrong can happen here, surely.
I know the tone of sarcasm in your voice, young Shrew.
Well, I'm not that young, but okay, I'll take the compliment.
So you've been dropped off, and sort of Vincent had agreed to drive you into the centre of Fandolin, and he's off on his way back to his farm.
See you, Vincent.
Shrew, take care of yourself, boy.
It's been something, all right. I'm sorry about your horse, Betsy.
So you're outside the Stone Hill Inn, and to the side you've got the town master's hall where the quests, or that's the quest board that Vincent told you was stationed. As you sort of come in now, it's late evening and most people are sort of going about their business back home and closing shops. And
I'm still outside. I'm outside the actual inn.
Yeah,
I'm a bit shaken, so probably want to head into that inn and see if they serve a poor halfling some ale or some drink or some rest.
So you're outside the Stonehill Inn, which looks like a modest 2-story roadhouse. From the outside you can see it's got perhaps no more than 5-6 rooms. And so you said you go in?
Yeah, I think I'll head on in and see if they have one of those 5 or 6 rooms available for me.
Perfect. So you walk in and...
what time is it? It was starting to get...
Yeah, it's late evening now, so it's sort of turning into nighttime now. So you go in and you see there's, an array of different sorts of people just sort of settling down after a hard day's work, getting some ale, getting some dinner. You walk up to the bar, and you find the proprietor there, a short, friendly human. Turns around, says, "Hello?"
Are you a halfling too?
Human.
Oh,
Human.
you're short for a human.
Short for a human, but quite a bit taller than you are.
That is right. That is correct. Sorry, hello, sorry.
So what can I get you?
Well, you can get me something strong, probably the strongest thing you have in the house, because I've had quite an encounter, I must say. Yes.
So you're coming here searching for gold, and you've been, what, bandits on the road, or...
No,
wolves?
bandits. That's funny. No, a dragon, actually.
Oh, you've seen the dragon already.
I've seen the dragon. I have danced with the dragon, literally. Practically.
You're a funny boy, you are.
Oh, I'm not. It's funny. Well, it's a figure of speech, you see. I almost fought this dragon.
You fighting the dragon?
Well, I didn't fight it exactly, but I could have. If maybe I would have dared to. It was that close, is what I'm trying to say.
The proprietor turns round, goes off, comes back and said, "You wanted the strongest ring you got."
Yes, please, and a room to go with that.
And he sort of slams down a bottle, sort of thick brown looking liquid. Pours you a glass, passes it to you.
Maybe
Yeah.
something to eat as well, if you can find something. Maybe a sausage.
Sure, we'll get you some sausages and we'll get your
No,
room
just
ready.
one, please. I didn't.
Just the one.
Yeah.
And he goes off, gets your order, sorts out your room keys,
Thank you.
directs you to...
Is payment gonna be a problem here? Because kind of.
Payment, well, the bed for the night's about 5 silver pieces.
Oh, well, then that's fine.
Then a couple of copper for your meals and stuff.
Okay, cheap.
Shrew has his meal, has his incredibly strong whiskey from the
whiskey.
taste. Yes.
It was whiskey. I thought it was ale.
You did ask for something
It's
strong.
not the strongest thing.
So yeah,
Yeah.
you've had a couple of whiskeys. You've had you've eaten your meal.
Belly's full.
Belly's nice and full. So are you going back into your room now, or are you heading out?
Heading out already. Let's see. And probably, is there anyone in the inn?
Yeah, there's an array of different sorts of minding the business and eating and drinking.
I'm probably gonna head out just for a little walk across the road to the town master's hall, and that's where the billboard was with quests that you could pick up if you needed money and that. So yeah, I'm probably gonna head out for a bit before I retire to bed.
Very good. So you step through the doors and then out into the cold, crisp night. So you're heading over to where the quest boards are.
Yeah.
Very good. So when you get there, you find that there is indeed a board, as Vincent had told you.
Well, Vincent, he was right.
And when you get there, you see a number of quests, sort of seeking for help. And you can read these out for I was going to say for the camera, but there is no camera.
No camera.
For the listeners, what quests are on the board?
Well, let's see here. Perhaps I should have mentioned that Shrew doesn't know how to read. Just kidding. Just kidding. Dwarven Excavation Quest. Dwarf prospectors found ancient dwarven ruins in the mountains southwest of here and have begun an he doesn't know how to read after all. Archaeological dig for treasure.
Clearly it's the whiskey.
Yes, the whiskey is doing things to me. And relics. They need to be warned that a white dragon has moved into the area. Take the warning to them, then return to Town Master Harbin Wester to collect a reward of 50. Damn, 50 gold pieces for warning a bunch of dwarves. That sounds easy. Gnomon Guard Quest. A clan of reclusive rock gnomes. Gnomes are good folk. Resides in a small network of caves in the mountains to the southeast. The gnomes of Gnomon Guard are known for their magical inventions. They might have something with which to defeat the dragon. Handy. Get whatever you can from them if you bring back something useful and don't want to keep it for yourselves. Townmaster Having Wester will pay you 50 gold. Again, nice. An Umbrage Hill quest. The local midwife, an acolyte of Chauntea named Adabra Gwyn, lives by herself in a stone windmill on the side of a hill a few miles south of Fandolin. With dragon sightings becoming common, it's not safe for her to be alone. Urge Adabra to return to Fandolin. Once she's safe, visit Townmaster Harbing Wester to claim a reward of 25 gold pieces. Well, this one doesn't pay as much as the others. So, let's see. I think I should go for a Gnomen Guard quest, seeing as it is going to give me something to defeat this behemoth. So,
Well, although I assume you're not setting off or thinking of setting off to Gnomen Guard right now.
No, I'm thinking out loud of what I'm going to do, perhaps in the morning or when I sort of gather my thoughts. But yeah, imagine like what you just pick up the quest and you have to go to the town master's hall and tell him you've picked it up or something. Or
Well, once you complete it.
all right, so there might be other people.
There may be other people trying to.
Okay, that's quite interesting. Quite interesting indeed. Although I am inclined to visit, what's her name? Adabra as well. She's lonely, poor thing. We'll see in the morning. I'll have a sleep and think about my options. I think that's the wisest thing I could do right now.
So you head back to the inn?
Yeah, head back to the inn. Order another of those nice whiskies that I found I enjoy. Yeah, I've grown accustomed to the
Grown fond, as you
grown
are.
fond, yeah.
Your face and tongue have gone numb from the
Yeah.
the fire water.
My taste buds have gone numb as well. And drink it, sat down by the bar for a bit, and then head on off into my room to retire for the night.
So you head up, you do your things, you go to sleep, you wake up the next morning feeling quite rested, a little bit of a headache as well.
I was hoping that was a nightmare, but no. Poor Betsy, did go.
Do you need to change
pee?
your...
I need to pee. Yeah. Brush my teeth.
We're not going to go into all the nitty-gritty
Right.
role-playing stuff like that. All the sort of,
change my...
do you need to, or do you want to set any new, or prepare rather, any spells? Or?
No, for now I'll just keep what I have.
So you head downstairs, you eat your breakfast. What are you going to do?
I'm probably just gonna start adventuring. Just go... Yeah, what am I gonna do? Wait, so...
You know, are you up on supplies? Have you...
No.
Do you know where you're going? Do you know
I
any
have
of
no
these places
idea what
are?
I'm doing. I'm lost, actually. Could I have taken the advert from the board?
So you want to actually rip it off?
Yeah, I would have ripped it off.
Okay.
Actually, I'll go and rip it off now. Because I can't remember what I had to do. So I go over it again, and I think I'm going to approach... I've left the Stone Hill Inn.
Okay.
Sort of, and I think I'm going to go into the Town Master's Hall, see who's there, if I can speak to anyone there.
Okay, so you make your way over to the Town Master's Hall, and when you get there you see that it's a building with sturdy stone walls, a pitched wooden roof with a bell tower at the back.
Alright.
And the job board that you saw yesterday's still got those sort of bits of paper with the quests on that you were reading last night. And
Yeah.
you one thing that you perhaps didn't notice last night after those whiskies that you had following your ordeal with the dragon was that they're all written in the same hand.
Hmm. Yeah, I'm imagining it's from Town Master Harbing Wester. So can I rip the one about... Actually, I'm going to rip the three of them out.
Okay,
And just keep them, yeah. Keep
So-
them for future reference. Do I actually reach the...
We'll say that you do.
Alright.
The last one, perhaps you have to sort of give a little awkward jump just to reach the top one.
There we go. Now I don't have to remember them.
So apart from that, you notice that the door is closed.
Okay. So can I walk up to it and try and open it?
When you try to open it, you notice that it's locked.
I knock.
Who's there?
Well, it is I, Shrew. I come here looking for quests and adventures, and I have picked up a few quests that you had displayed on this very fantastic and wooden board outside your doors, and I would like to get some more information, if that's okay.
If you're a dragon, know that I'm far too thin.
What?
I'm too bony to make a good meal.
What? How would a dragon be speaking to you, kind sir?
I don't know, but the stories about dragons, shape-shifting and magic and all sorts of stuff. How do I know that you're not a dragon?
You can open the door and see that I am...
That's not gonna happen.
Okay.
I'm not opening this door.
Okay. So is your name Harbin Wester?
That is my name, yes.
Okay. And would you pay me 50 gold if I go and get this Nomer Guard quest done?
If you bring something that's of worth to fight the dragon, yes.
Then...
Provided you're not the dragon.
If I am going to fight the dragon, why would I be the dragon? Think of that.
They be wily creatures. I'm not going to sit here and debate.
How can I prove to you that I am not the dragon?
I don't think you're going to be able to.
Okay, so you're not coming out.
But if you bring me something to kill the dragon, I'll pay you the 50
I've
gold.
got something with me, but if you don't open, I cannot give it to you, can I?
Well, you'd have to leave it here on the door, and then when it's safe for me to come out, I'll have it
You're being
retrieved.
ridiculous. Are you the town master?
I am indeed.
Does the town
I'm
master
not-
hide behind doors? Is this what this town...
Well, if I get eaten, who's going to be the town master?
Well, someone not as cowardly as you, surely.
Come back when you bring me something of yours.
I've got something. Stop stuttering. I'm not the dragon, damn it. I've got something of worth. I'll leave it here on your doorstep, and when you feel it's safe, step outside, and I can prove to you that I am not the dragon.
You can try and roll a persuasion check.
Yes. Beautiful rolls tonight. Natural one.
You get the sensation that there's nothing you can say at the moment that this guy's gonna open the door.
So why? Just tell me this, Mr. Harbin. Why would I bother going all the way to find some reclusive rock gnomes if when I come back you're not going to open anyway?
Well, I'll pay you.
How?
Through here. You sort of see the little letterbox open.
Okay.
Through here. I will put coin by coin into your purse.
Okay. That could take a while, but fine. Okay. So, could you maybe direct me to someone perhaps braver than you that could maybe direct me in the right course?
So he spends some time talking to you, and he gives you sort of the rough coordinates. You don't know, obviously, the lay of the land here. So he gives you some rough directions to help you get going. As he's sort of describing the path for you to take, incidentally, you would have to pass through Umbridge Hill,
Right.
to actually get to Novigrad.
Okay. So he mentions that as well?
Yeah.
So yeah, then perhaps I would do well to maybe stop by this local midwife's home and see if she wants to join my endeavors.
Had you gone to Dwarven Excavation, you wouldn't have passed directly through it, but it is on your way, and I thought it would be important to point that out before you go there.
Yeah. So I'm heading towards
Novigrad.
Novigrad, but I'm making a pit stop at Umbridge Hill.
So Umbridge Hill is about 5 miles or so. It'll take you just a little while to get there. If memory serves me correct, a little over an hour and a bit
Okay. On horse or walking?
walking.
All right. I could do with a walk. I don't want to be the target of another dragon attack. So yeah, I'm small. A dragon won't see me. Maybe.
You hope.
Yeah, I hope. But if I'm going on horse, I might be easier to spot.
So you're making your way towards Umbridge Hill then?
Yeah, I got a few. I started with a few resources and food, and so I'm not gonna bother much looking for food or anything like that. Although perhaps I should ask if there's someone that may sell any potions or something.
Is this something you'd have asked Harbin Wester?
During my conversation, I would have probably asked Harbin if there's a local shop that sells any potents that may help me on my journeys.
Okay, so he would have explained to you. There's a couple of shops in town. There's Barton's Provisions,
Boffins, provisions.
which sells, ordinary goods and supplies, stuff like backpacks, bedrolls,
Alright.
ropes, rations.
Yeah, I think I'm covered in that front.
Then you've also got the Lion Shield Costa, which is a merchant company based in the city of Yartar,
What?
over
that's
100 miles to the east.
Okay, that's a bit far though. Like,
No, the shop isn't there. They're linked with those people,
right.
and you get things shipped over, all sorts of armor, weapons. But Harbin does tell you that they won't sell any weapons to people that they perceive to be a threat to the town itself.
I'm not much of a threat, am I?
And you'd asked particularly for potions.
Yeah.
Well, lucky for you,
Hmm.
the only person that sells potions
It's him.
is Adabra, who's
Dabra.
in
Ooh,
Umbridge
hello.
Hill. So
Hello.
she doesn't actually sell them in town. She
sells him.
brews them and sells them there.
All right.
And she's the only person in this area
That
that
does
makes
so.
potions.
Okay, so with that being said, I shall make my way to Umbridge Hill.
You start making your way down towards Umbridge Hill.
Yeah, I don't want to be like directly on the road. Like I'm on the road, but I'm on the side of the road. I'm not in the middle. I don't know.
Are you going at a normal pace? Are you sort of stealthing your way all the way there? Or?
Normal pace, because at the end of the day, I'm small. Is the road surrounded by trees and overgrowth, or it's more
Sort
like
of.
open?
It's sort of rocky hills and bushes and shrubs.
There's not
the
much
occasional
cover.
tree. Not an awful lot of
Alright,
cover.
okay, so I'm screwed.
So as you're sort of making your way based on the directions that Harbin gave you to get there, you sort of see someone even smaller than yourself walking towards the same general direction as you.
Is he close?
They are... you can catch up to them in a few minutes.
So they're in front of me, walking the same direction.
In the same direction, yeah.
So I sort of start jogging. Excuse me. Excuse me.
Hi!
Hi there.
As you get there, this little gnome sort of turns round and sees you. And she's a female gnome with shoulder-length brown hair. She's wearing her leathers and her furs to keep her warm from the cold. You see that she's carrying a sort of like a crooked staff with her. Hi, yes, how can I help you?
Well, first of all, nice stuff you have there. I carry one myself. Not as epic as yours, I'd say. And it's not often that I see folk of the same stature as me.
She's quite a bit smaller than you, but yeah.
I didn't want to be rude, but I don't normally find folk that are shorter than me. Makes me feel tall for once. But anyway, are you by any chance a rock gnome? I think I'm going to be direct here, and...
I am indeed.
Oh, then quest complete. I found the reclusive rock gnomes. Are you headed over to Nomengard? Nomengard?
Nomengard?
Yes.
Oh yes, I am, but I'm sort of making a pit stop to get some potions.
Oh.
I was hoping to sort of bump into somebody along the way. With my stature, I can hold my own, but I wouldn't want to be caught by the dragon or by orcs or by any sort of monsters.
If we are caught by the dragon... Sorry, what's your name?
My name is Fenner. Sorry, what is your name?
My name is Shrew. Nice to meet you. Fenner.
Fenner.
Fenner? Fenner.
Fenner.
F-E-N-N-A.
In common, yes.
Anyway, it doesn't matter how big you are. If you're caught by the dragon, you're most definitely screwed.
It's not only the dragon, though. So many beasts and monsters I keep hearing have been pushed down the mountains.
Yes, I've seen it with my own 2 eyes. We should stick together, Fenner.
I think so.
I think so too. That's why I said it.
And you're heading to Nomengard as well. Can I ask why?
Well, because I have this quest that I picked up from Fandolin, and I'm supposed to retrieve something.
Okay. Well, perhaps we can go and get some potions.
Yes, I know where to get them. Do you too?
Yes, Adabra,
Oh,
I
yeah.
believe her name was.
Yeah, exactly.
I've never been to Nomengard before. I'm quite excited to...
I thought you were a rock gnome.
I am?
I thought you were from there.
Not necessarily. Well, I don't know where I'm from. I sort of grew up in Neverwinter.
Okay,
So
like me. Oh, we
You're
have
from
so much in
Neverwinter.
common.
it's almost like fate has played a part in our journeys.
Yes, it seems so.
Yeah, I heard about this village of gnomes And I wanted to finally get to see where my kind come from. So you guys sort of plod down the paths, sharing stories and getting to know each other a little bit better. You learn that she's a spellcaster, a healer in particular.
Nice.
And you make your way down towards the old windmill that Harbin told you to head towards. And they are built on the slope of Umbridge Hill. Is an old stone windmill surrounded by an iron fence. As you're looking towards the far distance, towards the mountains, you catch a glimpse, very small, so it's quite far off into the distance. But you recognize that shape. You sort of see it circling above the mountaintops.
Look. There. Can you see over yonder? That little speck?
Is that some kind of bird?
Yes. A scaly bird. It's a dragon.
Oh, it's the dragon that people have been talking about.
Yeah, I encountered it yesterday on the road towards Fandolin.
Really?
It attacked me.
It attacked you? How did you survive?
Well, we kind of used a decoy. It was a horse. Poor thing. Betsy was her name.
Poor Betsy.
Yeah.
I feel safer now knowing that you're with me.
No,
you survived that dragon.
I wouldn't be able to kill that dragon. Don't be fooled.
So you sort of see the dragons sort of surveying its new domain, perhaps hunting for further prey or treasure. And as you focus your sight towards the old windmill, you see a large-shaped beast with a spiky tail that's trying to knock down the windmill's front door. As you're looking, you see a woman appearing in the second floor window. You sort of see her waving at you and yells, "A little help over here!"
What am I supposed to do? What is that?
So as you're sort of looking and surveying this beast that's trying to knock down the door to get into this poor woman, you see it's got a humanoid head on the body of a lion and the wings of a dragon, with a long tail ending in a cluster of deadly spikes that you can see would impale a prey at quite an impressive range.
Oh shit.
What on earth's that?
I have no idea, but it seems not to be natural, not to be from the wild. It's not from these parts, I don't think.
You see this thing sort of trying to bash down the door, and the woman's panicking upstairs.
Perhaps we should ask it to stop, I don't know. Shall we? Do you want to follow me and see what happens? Sorry, how big is this creature?
It is
like
next to you guys. It's pretty big.
Right. So yeah, I'm in over my head right now. So I'm not thinking I can take this on. Basically.
As you get closer, this thing sort of turns around and acknowledges your presence.
Hello there. Yes, I speak.
You sort of see it
common,
moving towards you.
I speak a few languages, but not that one. Do you speak common, kind sir? Do you want to buy potions too?
Perhaps. I speak common.
Oh, you do. What is it you're looking for? Potions? Perhaps the kind woman hasn't opened yet. Lunch? Oh, I've got a few sausages here that I didn't eat. Would you care to have some?
Sausages?
Yes.
I need more than a few sausages.
Okay.
Roll me a nature check.
Why am I rolling like shit? I haven't rolled over a 6 all night. 4 plus 0 is 4.
So 4 is your nature check.
Yeah.
Let's say roll with advantage. Fen is sort of helping you assess the situation.
A druid with 0 nature is ridiculous. I don't know how that happened. 19. Thank you, Fen.
Okay, so you're sort of... Perhaps it's because you're a bit shaken still by the incidents last night and by this other ferocious beast staring you down. Sort of drool coming down the side of its face. And Fenna sort of jolts you in the elbows and she's pointing to the body, and you realise that it looks quite thin for such a ferocious beast, and by its sort of stature you can almost tell it looks a little weak compared to what you would have imagined it to be. And in the voice as he's been talking to you, he seems frustrated and tired.
Okay, calm down. What is your name?
Calm down.
What is your name? We can help each other here.
Zurtaz.
Sorry?
Zurtaz.
Zurtaz. Very nice name. What if I made some arrangements and bought you a big, nice meal to satisfy your hunger? You look quite hungry there, sir. We could have a party. We could have a bonfire. We could have... I'm sure this kind lady has some food, some
Sure,
stuff.
it'd be quite tasty on a bonfire.
Who? Me? No. We can hunt. We can get some hogs. We can get some,
I don't want to get it for any. I don't want to get hurt.
What?
You bring me some game,
Yeah?
and the three of you will live.
Some game. And the three of us will live. Okay. What kind of game? What do you like? You like boar? You like deer? What is it?
Boar, deer,
Okay.
halfling.
No, sir. Let's not go there, please. I promise you, I don't taste as well, as nice as I look.
So you sort of see this large beast sort of circle around, and he sits himself in front of the door, back to the door. Like you're not getting in, but he seems content that you'll bring him something worth eating. You sort of see his paws go down and his head resting on it. He looks very tired.
Benna,
Yes?
let's step away a second and let's think about this a second, because what should we do here? What do you think we should do here? Because
I think we've got more chance of finding something for that beast to eat. We'd just be a mere morsel to him anyway. He'd eat me, then he'd eat you, and he'd eat that poor woman up there as well.
do you think that if we feed it, he would then be satisfied and leave, or would we give him strength to then?
She looks towards the beast, and I think he'd probably be satisfied and leave. He doesn't look like he wants a fight. I mean, look at us. A halfling and a gnome. He could have eaten us already if he wanted to.
You're right. Okay, I feel a bit conflicted because I should be protecting the wilderness, but I mean, I don't know if this is a natural being or I'm a bit in over my head here. I haven't learned enough of my craft yet to be able to deduce these things. And should I be helping this, what to me looks like an unnatural being? I don't know.
It looks like a mix between a lion and a dragon.
Yeah, at least it's not undead, I suppose. And I'm sure that Adabra could use a bit of help here. So yes, let's... I forgot your name, sorry, kind sir. Could you let me...
Surtas.
Rutas, yes, very nice name.
Stop wasting my time.
No, I'm not wasting your time at all. I want to address you as one should. I'm just letting you know we're going to head off into the woods here, and we'll be back with a few je ne sais quois, a few aperitifs, if you will. I'll see you now. Please stop hitting the door.
You see him he's still lying down anyway where he left you.
Okay, stay there.
Standing guard. So you and Fenna wander off looking for some shrubs or wooded areas to hunt.
Can I track something? Can I try and track something?
Yeah.
That would be a survival, maybe?
Yeah, survival. Actually, the example given is to search for tracks.
Okay, so I'm trying to search for big game. A boar, a deer, whatever may live. 16.
16, yes. So you've spent some time and you do find tracks of deer. What you would recognize as deer.
Okay.
And, you're sort of following these tracks. How are you following these tracks? Are you just panically barging through this land?
I'm laying low, I'm stealthing, I'm smelling the air, I'm picking up twigs. I'm seeing if there's any, excrement on the floor, picking it up. It's fresh.
Okay, so the key there was stealthily.
Okay.
I don't know if you're sort of running, panicked.
I know.
Oh, we need to find a deer.
No.
I'm running for the whole woods.
I'm doing it the proper way.
Okay, so what did we say about stealth checks? Am I rolling them for you, or do you want to roll them?
We said in episode 0, if you haven't heard that one, you might want to check it out because there's a few things we explained there, but we said that you would roll them for me.
Ah, yes, because you would always think that you are...
I would know...
Stealthing.
Yeah, I would think I'm always stealthing, and if I roll poorly, I know already that I've rolled poorly. So it's
makes sense. So do you want to give me one of your d20s?
Not really, because I've been rolling like shit, so use one of yours.
Okay, and we'll roll for Fenner as well. What's your stealth modifier?
That would be 2.
2.
Plus 2.
Okay.
That's one heavy dice.
Yeah, that one was quite heavy. Okay, so you're sort of crawling through the woods, and as you described, no? Picking up twigs and sort of tasting the air, and sort of using your druidic skills and knowledge of the land to sort of track these deer prints. And as you sort of come into a clearing through the overgrowth and the trees and bushes, you see 2 deer. Just in the distance, a larger adult-looking deer and a small one, a fawn, I believe.
I believe so.
Is the term.
Fenna, get down. Stand away from the wind. You don't want these deer smelling you. And I cast Entangle.
Okay, and what does Entangle do?
So you get grasping weeds and vines from the ground, 20 foot square, starting from the point within range. So it's 90 feet range. It turns into difficult terrain, but a creature in the area, most importantly, must succeed on a strength saving throw or be restrained by the entangling plants until the spell ends.
Okay, so just pulling up deer stats.
Deer stat.
Okay, so
my spell save
the 2
DC.
deers. Sorry, don't tell me that yet. The adult one has rolled a 9, and the young one has rolled a 13.
Shoot. Spell save DC is 13.
So the small one just makes it. So as these sort of vines come up and grasp the mother, you sort of see her in panic, trying to buck and kick her way out, and as her young fawn starts bolting off into the woods in panic, so see it turn around and look back. Classic Bandy moment.
Fenna, I can't do this.
Well, it's either we take the deer, or he's going to eat at Abra. She's the only potion maker in town. The whole town will be screwed.
But the fawn is now motherless.
Well, the mother hasn't been killed yet. She's sort of entangled in these vines.
It's about to happen. I still have the knife, by the way.
You didn't give Vincent the knife back?
No.
So he was so out of it and sort of snapped back, he probably didn't realise until it's too late.
So I start walking towards the deer with my knife in my hand.
You sort of see her sort of kicking and bolting, trying to get out of the vines.
I go up to the deer and... I'm sorry. I wish there could be another way, but your sacrifice will probably save all of the country and all of the wilds around here. You do not die in vain.
So you're trying to calm the deer down.
I lay a hand on its head.
Okay, give me an animal handling. 16. So you sort of see as your soothing voice, filled with pity and respect for this poor, magnificent beast of the forest, you sort of see her eyes, big brown doe eyes, looking up at you, and she sort of calms down a bit as you sort of stroke in the back of her head.
I put my hand over her eyes, bring the dagger to her throat, and slit the baby. Requestia pace. And I shed a little tear.
So the deer collapses onto the floor, its throat slits, and it looks like you've got a sizable piece of game to take back.
Do you think this is enough to appease Surtas, Fenna?
I'd hope so, but how on earth are you and I going to drag back a deer?
Good question. I was hoping that you perhaps... Good question. So, how heavy is this thing? Let's see.
Probably heavier than you are. It's quite a big, juicy deer.
Okay, I've got an idea. How far away would I say we are from this Surtas? Okay.
Say you spend maybe about an hour and a half tracking.
Okay, not a good idea. Okay, I'm out of ideas, Fenna. What say you? Do you have any? What are you anyway? Do you do anything?
I do some magic.
Okay, what can you do? Like levitation and stuff?
I'm not that powerful.
Okay.
A mage or healer or whatever you want to call me.
Okay, so I've got an idea. Why don't we? Are you good? Do you maybe carry an axe or something with you?
No, I've got no axes.
Okay.
I have my staff.
Staff. Staff.
We're not using my staff.
Okay. What if we? I mean, we are around woods. So what if we find some logs, perhaps rounded logs, and maybe we can make a sort of, a thing where we push the deer on the logs and then, roll it over the logs.
So roll it, and then when you get to the end, stick another log and.
Yeah, like they used to carry the bricks in ancient Egypt. To transport. You know what I mean? Like a few logs, one after the other.
Yeah.
Roll the deer over them, and then move the logs in between us. Maybe we take 10 hours to get there.
So yeah, you spend some time searching. You found all sorts of assortments of sticks and logs. Well, maybe you're not in like a massive forest.
Yeah.
You've been able to find 4 or 5 longish pieces of wood, but they're not perfectly round. They're like bits of tree that are fallen off.
I'm gonna try and place them in a way where I can get the deer on it and start rolling.
So you sort of arrange them into 4 or 5.
Yeah.
So I'm just trying to sort of picture this. So
right now I'm just placing one after the other, then I'm trying to prop the deer with the help of Fenna, obviously, on top of it and start pushing the deer across the logs. And when the deer gets to the end, gets one of the logs and put it in front and, carry on.
Okay, yeah. So you start doing that, moving at a painfully slow pace as the deer being rolled over these things, head and neck flopping all over the place, and the hooves, and then you've got to get the log, put it at the front again, readjust the deer back onto the logs.
This might take a while, Benna.
It might do. How about we just try dragging the damn thing?
Okay. Why didn't I think of that? I thought perhaps we wouldn't be able to, taking our stature into consideration, but yes, let's try it. You grab one leg, I'll grab the other.
So you both start dragging this poor deer, and it's like boom, 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 over the different bits of logs and twigs and stones. It's heavy work. It's moving faster than one log on top of the other.
I hate heavy work.
You guys are quite small, so your muscles are starting to hurt, and you're working up a real sweat as you're doing this. It took you about an hour and a half to get there and hunt the deer, but you were tracking and going stealthily. Now it's taking about the same amount of time as you're sort of dragging this through the path back towards the
Surtas.
windmill.
Towards Surtas.
Towards Surtas. So as you sort of now seeing the windmill there in the distance, both of you out of breath, dripping with sweat. This poor deer's lost half of its skin and fur as you've been dragging him down.
Surtas, you better be grateful. This has taken a while. It's the biggest deer we found in the forest.
You sort of see Surtas get up, stretch, like as you would normally see a cat sort of stretch out its back and its paws. That took you some time.
Well, we are small.
Indeed, this will do nicely.
I'm glad.
This will do nicely.
I'm glad.
What the hell did you do to it?
Well, we had to drag it here. It's kind of lost a bit of its skin, its face, and
It's good enough for me now. You sort of see it pick it up in its jaws and start dragging it off.
Has he left the door?
He's moved away from the door
Can
now.
we sort of unassumingly get closer to the door?
So you're walking towards the door and sort of...
Yeah, it's like shifting towards the door.
Yeah, he's more interested in the deer you've brought him. He's like, thank you. I'll leave today.
Well, so today only.
Well, this should keep me fed for a few days. Maybe I'll get my strength back.
And then what? Where are you going?
Then perhaps I can hunt.
But not me.
Well, we'll see one day. And you sort of see him dragging off. Looks content with...
We'll see you around, Surtas.
See you around, halfling.
My name is Shrew.
Thank you, Shrew. So that's a wrap. Episode 1 concluded our maiden voyage into the dungeon. Thanks for hanging around and for listening. We really hope you enjoyed that, and it would mean so much to us if you'd leave us a review and subscribe on your podcast player of choice.
Yeah, and remember to visit us on our website. That's i2td.com. td.com. And there you'll find links to all our social media. We are active on Instagram, on Twitter. And you'll also find an invite to our server, to our Discord server, where we're trying to build community there. So if you want to talk to us directly, we'll be hanging around there in the channels, and we can have some fun and games and hang around and talk. So make sure to visit us there. And you'll also find links to our Patreon and Buy Me a Coffee pages.
Yeah, as you've seen from episode 1, with just one hero in our party, we're going to need all the assistance we can get. And by supporting us on Patreon, you can join the exclusive Order of the Enlightened Discord channel, and you'll also get other perks like behind the scenes, sneak peeks, bonus content, and all that jazz.
That's right.
Alternatively, you can also buy us a potion through buymeacoffee.com as a one-off donation.
Yeah, either of these will go towards the time and effort that we spend and resources on crafting our episodes and future content for you, and will generally help us expand and grow.
Yeah, and I think this is a great place to introduce our little game with our listeners.
Yeah.
Something I like to call the End of the Episode Club.
And I like to call the Last One Standing. So make sure to tell us which name you like better. End of the Episode Club or the Last Ones Standing.
So yeah, basically this is just a little game that we'd like to play with you, our listeners, and we'd like you to incorporate a password that only the most hardened adventurers that delve into the dungeon with us will have the pleasure of hearing. So if you can leave us a comment with the phrase, "You're being ridiculous," that would certainly make us chuckle and laugh, and we'll know that you've hung around right till the end and you'll have our eternal thanks.
Try and incorporate it in a clever way in your comment and make us laugh, make us think.
Yeah, perhaps the funniest ones will get a shout out on our Discord channel.
Yeah. So with that, we bid you farewell. Thank you for listening in, and hope you can catch us next time as we delve into the dungeon.